guys, so today I got a request from somebody, and they were wondering if I could make a video on how to safely travel with your pet. So today I'm going to be making a how to safely travel with your pet video. I'm really sorry for the lighting. It's currently raining outside, so that's why the lighting's kind of crazy and messed up, but I'm sorry about that. I hope it doesn't bother you too bad. So traveling with your pet is not always going to be the right thing to do. It just kind of depends on the situation. It's always better to leave your pet with at a boarding facility or have a babysitter come and take care of your pet, feed it daily, give it water daily, depending on what kind of species of pet that you want to keep at your house. If it's a fish, you, instead of traveling with them, you can always get automatic feeders, which are great if you're just going on a trip and you can't feed them and you can't find anybody and you don't really want to take them to a boarding facility because they're fish. They have automatic feeders sold out in lots of pet stores. And if it's an animal like Rocco, if you have a friend or a family member that's willing to feed them salad and crickets every day, then that's great. And if not, the best thing to do is just board them. And with dogs, board cats, all different types of things that you can do, but that are besides traveling with your pet. But let's say that you're moving or you're going on a trip and you just don't right now have the money to spend on your animals. Say you're a college student and you need to travel on a field trip and you need to bring your pets with you because you don't have anywhere for to stay or no friends are really willing to take care of all of your pets. So first, before we get into some really helpful tips for you guys, I just wanted to note to you guys what we do with my pets. So Rocco goes to a boarding facility. All my pets go to a boarding facility, and they actually go to our veterinarian. We just board him at the vet, and they take great care of him, and they keep all of his information in a computer so that never run out. And we give them our phone number and all that jazz so they can contact us if needed. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good way. It's pretty recommended. And our turtles, I actually have a friend that lives across from me, and she is willing to take care of my turtles, which are swimming right now, and she does it willingly, and I don't have to pay her. She's really great, and she's a great friend. So if you have a trusted friend like that can just come and do that, that's great. And our dogs, we have to board. So some things that you can do to have a safe travel with your pet will be listed in the following video, so stay tuned if you need some tips. First tip is always travel with the necessities. Necessities would be things like food. So if you're traveling with a dog, you would bring your dog wet food or dry food or canned food, meat, snacks, anything like that, and a bowl of water. That's just a necessity because you want them to be comfortable. Also, another tip, if you have a dog and it's small enough to go in a kennel, I recommend just traveling with it in a kennel because it's going to be extremely difficult for you to have it loose. Especially if you have a small car, it might get very packed and crowded. If you're driving alone, it's different, but if you have a family, it might be kind of difficult for you, so it might be best to just put your dog in the kennel depending on how long your road trip is. Also, be aware that animals will be animals, and if you have a dog, a crazy one, perhaps maybe like my dogs, because my dogs are they're psychotic. So if you have dogs like that, what I do is we put down pads along the car when we travel with them because our dogs will pee everywhere. So we put down little potty pads. You can buy them at the pet store for like $10. So yeah, animals will be animals. If you have a dog, they're going to pee everywhere. So just be aware of that. I recommend getting potty pads. They're very helpful in this situation. What I recommend is to bring entertainment for your dog or cat, like a ball or a tug-of-war toy, something they can chew on. Or best thing that we used to do with our old dog Bobo, we used to take a Kong, like a gigantic Kong, and just stuff it with peanut butter and kibble and like his dry food, and stick it in the freezer for about an hour or two and take it out, and it would last him for about 2 hours. So we would usually bring, it depends on how long the car trip is. If you're going on like a 10-hour car trip, then you might want to do something else. There's probably alternatives. Also, make sure that it's comfortable for your dog or cat. You don't want your dog or cat lying in garbage and over tons of luggage. You just want your dog or cat to be as comfortable as they can. Because the more comfortable they are, the more chance they have of sleeping, and the more chance you have of relaxing and not having to deal with a psycho dog. So just make sure that you are able to stop to let your dog or cat or animal relieve itself. That's very important, and that will lessen the chance of your animal relieving itself in your car, and then you'll have a big mess. So just keep in mind that you have an animal traveling with you. Don't, obey the laws of the road, follow speed limit, and try not to crash with your animal, because they'll have very high chance of killing it. Even if it's just a slight bump, the animal has a chance of hitting itself, causing a concussion in their head, and concussion for a small dog could lead to death and bad brain injuries and such. So just make sure that you're extra careful when you're traveling with your animal. I mean, you should be extra careful anyways. So just drive safely. Now on to traveling with reptiles and amphibians and stuff. So if I were to take my turtles or Rocco on a trip, I would recommend keeping them in their tank, and that's probably the best thing that you could do for them. I find, if the tank is too big, like if you have your turtles, for example, my turtles are in that gigantic outside pond, I'm not obviously going to bring that into a car. I would have to transport them in something else. So I usually would transport my animals in a small box. I would probably put Rocco in the 20-gallon back there, because it wouldn't be able to carry a 40-gallon to the car, but I would be able to carry the 20-gallon, but not 40-gallon, because 40-gallon is like over 100 pounds, and yeah. So I recommend traveling them in their tank or something close to their tank so they're most comfortable. Obviously, you should not have your reptile or amphibian loose in the car, because that's just very stupid. I don't think anybody will do that, but I just want to clear it up. Also, if your reptile or amphibian requires amounts of heat, there is little car hook adapters that hook onto cars, and it has an outlet, and you can buy them at not most places, but you can probably find them at Best Buy or online. They probably have them, and they're little adapters that connect to the car, and they have outlets. I don't know what they're called. They have outlets in there, and you can put a cord in there, turn on lights. And if you cannot get that for some reason, you're just gonna have to find some other alternative to heat. Maybe just keep the heat up in your car. Maybe like carry a little fan around for yourself and just keep the heat up in your car, just the overall heat. And I'm pretty sure your animal will be fine as long as you're not traveling straight for a week, because then you probably need the adapter because your animal might die. So if you're traveling, I recommend bringing a spare heat bulb. If you're traveling with an animal that needs heat, just bring a spare of everything, because you don't want to have to stop by Petco or PetSmart or wherever you stop by on the way to your destination, because that's just not good, because then you're going to have to take all your animals with you inside. So just make sure you have a spare everything for your reptile or your amphibian, and also for your dogs and cats. If you need spare leashes, say your cat breaks it or something, like your dog breaks it, you just want to be sure that you have that replacement, so you don't have to go out of your way to go and spend money on another one. Also, with your reptile amphibian, just make sure that you're equipped with all the food and water and supplies that you need, essentials, sprays, paper towels, cleaners, crickets, vegetables, all of the above. Guys, I think I pretty much covered most of the things that you might need to know. If there's any other questions that you have about traveling with your pet, please leave them down below in the comments, and I will always answer them. So have a nice day, comment, rate,